Today's content-specific focus unit will be a unit based on the civil rights movement of the 1960s and its comparison to what we have today. To introduce this unit and this lesson, or the lesson that I'll be covering in the next video, will be a journal that I will have the students write based on the social issues that they think are prevalent in today's society. After that journal, after the conclusion of that journal, students will get together to discuss which social issues that they think are most prevalent today. I believe that most of the social issues between the civil rights movement of the 1960s and the social issues of today are similar but differ in a few areas. So the reason for the introduction will be to just kind of get the creative juices flowing for the students, kind of get them thinking about social issues, thinking about things that are going on and things that they think we should fight for. There will be two writing activities for this entire unit. The first one will be the journal based on the social issues of today, and then the second one will be an essay that they will complete together, or not together individually, but an essay that will compare and contrast the social issues of today and the civil rights movement. Vocabulary activities, there really won't need to be any, aside from just looking at some of the words that maybe Martin Luther King uses in his letter from Birmingham jail that they will be reading and highlighting different things on, and his I Have a Dream speech as well. Both of these were obviously written in the 60s, so some of the words that could be used throughout both of these pieces of literature could be unfamiliar to some of the students. The assessment plans for this will be basically just the essay at the end of the unit. Throughout the writing of the essay, we will be getting together each day. This will be during the second week of the unit. We'll be getting together, discussing those points as a class between the students and I. And we will just be going over kind of what they're comparing and contrasting and whether those two things are worthy of compare and contrast. After that, the skills that we're really focusing on for this entire unit will be, as I said, compare and contrasting, and then analyzing some U.S. documents of historical and literacy significance, like the I Have a Dream speech and the letter from Birmingham jail, both of which are very significant in kind of American society, American history, so both should be read with great critical thinking and just developing that. Also being able to determine the central idea of a text and analyze its development. Especially with the I Have a Dream speech, I think that it's very important that we are able as a class, as a society, to identify the central idea of it and how Martin Luther King chooses to develop that throughout the speech. And then the very last one for our writing will be writing an informative / explanatory essay to examine and convey complex ideas, concepts, and information clearly and accurately through effective selection, organization, and analysis of its content. Along with that, the other things that we'll be going over just to kind of bring everything together will be a TED Talk by Bryan Stevenson that's titled "We Need to Talk About an Injustice." The reason for that will just be to kind of get, again, the students an idea, kind of have them spark things that other people find as an injustice, as a social injustice, and that will hopefully lead to things that they think are also a social injustice. And then the last thing is just a clip from Remember the Titans that I think will help put the students at ease and use a Hollywood element and a movie element to kind of illustrate what was going on during the civil rights time. And that's the unit.